This podcast is part of the It Was a Thing on TV podcast network.
Hello, everybody. It's going to be Christmas in a very short while, and I'm here to give gifts to people. Okay, guys, please stop playing the bells. Guys, I'm serious. Please stop playing the bells. They're annoying. Stop playing those bells. They're giving me a damn headache.
I didn't know Santa was going full Vince McMahon on us.
Thanks for stopping the bells, guys. I have gifts for people. Let's take a look at my list and see who I'm giving gifts to. Let's start with, Pam Bondi. You've had quite the year, Pam Bondi. Here's what we're getting you for Christmas. We're getting you extra tissue to wipe that bruin off of your nose. I think that's
black
shit on your nose. Okay, next. Bill Belichick. You've had a very interesting year, Bill Belichick. We're going to get you a babysitter for your girlfriend. And next, we have a recent addition to the list. David Stearns. We want to get you a clue and protection from Mets fans. You're an idiot for not re-signing Pete Alonso. Greg did not tell me to say that.
Hey, Santa.
Yes, Gregory.
Can you get me matches so I can burn Steve Cohen's stupid casino when it opens?
I'll do even better. I'll get you a flamethrower.
Oh, thank you, Santa.
You're welcome, Gregory. Look, there's another new addition to my list. Former University of Michigan coach Sharon Moore. We're going to help you out a lot this holiday season. I got you a really good lawyer. You're not going to get off this one, though. Sorry, you're a scumbag. I've got a gift for former Ohio University football coach Brian Smith. This is a recent addition. Just like Sharon Moore, you also need a good lawyer. Just one who isn't as good as Sharon Moore's. You're a piece of crap, but not as big of a piece of crap as Sharon Moore. Next on my list, another late addition. New Sacramento State football coach Alonzo Carter. I'm giving you a good quality pair of parachute pants. Did you know that he was a dancer in an MC Hammer video? It's true. The Sickos Committee told me about it.
You know something, Santa? If Hammer ever got mad around him, you know what he'd say?
What's that, Gregory?
Please, Hammer, don't hurt him.
I'm laughing as hard as your picture of David Stearns is laughing in your background. Next. Dick Van Dyke. Just to prove we're not total jerks, Dick Van Dyke, we want you to have another century of good health, happiness, and success, because Santa is a Dick Van Dyke fan. Next. This one's for all of society. Santa wishes the prompt death of 6'7", 6767. And look at that. Santa's even doing the 6'7" move there. Yes, I am, Michael.
I can't believe, Santa, you have those dance moves.
You really want to get rid of that trend? Get a responsible adult to start using it.
Well, I guess that means that Mike is not a responsible adult. Now, are you? I'm guessing that's what Chico means, sure. Okay. Hey, we've got some very special ones here now. Crystal Bernard, what do you want for Christmas?
I want to see Rent.
Then I'm going to get you tickets for Rent, Crystal Bernard. Okay, let's see who else we have here. The Whammy. The Whammy, are you here? Yes. Santa's got a gift for you. I'm going to get you every prize in the world. Yay, I'm going to be rich. Thanks, Santa. You're the best Santa ever. I think I'm the only Santa ever. All right, let's see who's next on the list. Bizarro Whammy.
Mazzolo here, Santa.
Have you been a good boy this year?
Yes.
Good, I've got something very special for you. I'm giving you eternal poverty. Oh, you're going to be poor forever.
Oh, just what I always wanted, Santa. Thank you.
Okay, next. Oh, the ghost of Bill Armstrong.
What the fuck do you want, Santa?
I want to give you a gift this holiday season, Ghost of Bill Armstrong. I'm giving you more of that Vancouver hustle and bustle you enjoy.
Why the hell would you think I'd be happy with that?
Merry Christmas, the Ghost of Bill Armstrong. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, next. Hulk Hogan?
Wait, but he's dead, Santa.
He's on my list. Did I hear my name? I said Hulk Hogan. Wait. I don't hear anything. Did anybody else hear the wind?
No, I didn't hear anything.
I'm not wind, brother. I'm the Hulkster. Give me something for Christmas. Okay, then. I'm going to get you a pair of asbestos underwear because you're going to need them where you're at. Ho, 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 ho.
Oh, man, Santa, if only we were here to see this.
Yeah, I wish I would hear something other than the wind. Maybe next year. Okay, next. Oh, Chico, I've got a gift for you. I got you another copy of How to Improve Your Memory because you forgot where you put your copy from last year. Ho, 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 ho.
Oh, just what I always wanted.
Oh, next on the list is Gregory. Oh, you've been pretty good this year. I'm getting you a David Stern's Voodoo doll, and you're also going to get the entire series of Wings on Blu-ray. Did you know that it was 301 episodes ago that Greg mentioned he loves Wings for the first time? It's true. Go back and look in the archive. He never said it before episode 300. He wouldn't lie to Santa, would you, Gregory?
Oh, of course I wouldn't lie to you, Santa. I mean, you gave me all those Police Academy toys when I was 5 years old, Christmas of 1989.
I hope you enjoyed that character whose pants kept falling down. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, Zed? Of course I did.
I'm glad I bring you so much joy on an annual basis, Gregory. Next on our list, oh, Mike, I've got a special gift for you. I'm going to get you a big case for those giant Card Sharks cards that are sitting in your office gathering dust. That's no way to treat a real good artifact like giant Card Sharks cards. They need to be cared for, just like Mrs. Claus. And trust me, after I'm done delivering gifts on the 26th, oh, we're going to have some amazing relations. Ho, ho, ho. Shake and jingle my balls all winter long. Ho, 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 ho. Also, before we go, I'm going to give you three one wish apiece because you guys have been great all year long. I'm going to start off with Chico. One wish. Anything you want.
Well, I'm going to be away on vacation in January. So what I wish is for the vacation gremlins that usually haunt me before my vacation to leave me the hell alone this year.
Well, that's really lame. You could have gotten $1 million. You could have gotten cars. You could have gotten riches. You could have had sex. And you picked that? Lame. All right, next. Mike. Yes, Santa. You can make a wish, whatever you want. What do you want, Mike? I don't want to be cliche, Santa, but I want world peace. I want everybody to be happy. I want all the puppy dogs and kitty cats in the world to have a nice, loving home, nice, warm house, loving environment, food, water, shelter. I want to take care of everybody. Oh, that's very philanthropic of you, Mike. And Gregory, you're last. What is your wish you'd like this year?
You know what, Santa? I want to save it. I want to save it for a time where I might really need it. So I think I'm going to wait a bit to grant that wish. But when that wish comes, Santa, I want you to be here for it. I want you to magically come from the North Pole by teleporting here and telling me that, oh, I'm going to grant your wish.
You think these wishes are like fucking aces in the card game on Price is Right? You can hold on to them till whenever you want? I'm not a friggin' magician. I'm Santa Claus. You get one wish. Okay, for you, I'll make an exception this time. Anytime you want in the next year, you summon me, and I will grant your wish. Deal?
Deal. And listen, Santa, no take backs. I don't want any take backs, okay? When I say I wish for this, it's for good, all right? You're going to grant me that wish, okay? I don't want any take backs, okay?
Agreed.
All right, hold me to it.
Again, you need to do it in the next year or else you're going to lose it.
And see, that's the key. I said no take
Santa doesn't do no takesies backsies. Okay, for you, I'll make an exception. You can do the wish anytime you want, preferably in the next year. Maybe like next October after the baseball season ends.
Oh, I can only hope.
All right, guys, everybody's got their gifts and their wishes. It's time for Santa to go back and deliver gifts to all the good boys and girls in the world. That means everybody but apparently football coaches at universities who don't coach at Sacramento State. Ho, 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 ho. And Ohio State. They're good too. See you next year.
Be quite honest, guys. Ryan Day's kind of deserved it. So, I mean, he coached the national champion, so he's fine.
And he's not total scum.
And now let's talk about the best F in Hollywood.
An anthology on the bad, the short-lived, and forgotten shows and events in television history. You are listening to It Was a Thing on TV.
Time is up. You ran into trouble.
Episode 601, submission 2608. It Happened One Christmas. It Happened One Christmas aired on the American Broadcasting Company the night of December 11th, 1977. One of the most beloved Christmas classics is It's a Wonderful Life. But before it became a beloved Christmas classic, it was originally a box office flop. Yes, hard to believe it was. And you know how it became a Christmas classic? Because some idiot forgot to renew the copyright on it, and television stations were like, hey, I got a great idea. Why don't we fill our programming around Christmas time by showing this dumb movie 50,000 times before Christmas? And guess what? They did. And you know what? Everyone loved it.
Would you say that it's an early version of A Christmas Story? Because remember, A Christmas Story didn't do that well in the box office back in 1983, but I don't know when TBS or TNT started showing A Christmas Story for 24 hours every Christmas Eve, Christmas night. You know, whenever that was, 2000, in the 90s, whatever, that's when A Christmas Story got really popular. So I see parallels there.
It was always popular, A Christmas Story, in our house around 88, 89-ish. But it really didn't become like a full pop culture thing until TBS and TNT began airing it.
Yeah, which was like sometime I think in the 90s. Couldn't have been in the 2000s. I'm pretty sure it was in the 90s. And actually, I don't even know if you guys know this. Most of the scenes were filmed in Cleveland. Specifically, the scene where he's kicked down the slide. That was filmed at the old Higbee's location, which was a department store in downtown Cleveland. And actually, a number of times, I know like 1980, 81, 82, our family would go down there to meet Santa and whatnot. We'd spend like a whole day. We'd take the rapid transit trains to Tower City in Cleveland, and we'd go to that store. Great times. But also, the school where the whole Triple Dog Darius stuff happens, the outside of that, it was an actual school that is probably about 3 or 4 miles away from here, from my house. Well, I shouldn't say it's still there. It was torn down, gosh, mid-90s. It's been probably 30 years since it was torn down, and actually there was a car dealership there for some time, and now I think it's just been repurposed into some sort of multi-use property. Most things were done in Cleveland. I know what wasn't done in Cleveland was done in Toronto, but I like having that little bit of like knowledge that what's become a Christmas classic was more or less filmed here. And also, I'm sure y'all know that the Christmas Story house is in Cleveland as well, over on, I think, like West 7th or West 11th in the Tremont neighborhood. But enough about A Christmas Story. We're here to talk about this sort of revival of a classic movie which became popular because it aired a lot.
So, in 1977, someone thought, hey, everybody loves this It's a Wonderful Life. Why don't we remake this? Because it's in black and white, and the kids don't watch black and white movies. But also, let's remake it and gender flip it. So instead about a beloved guy in the town, it'll be about a beloved lady in the town.
That seems appropriate for the era, talking about the 70s era, women's rights. Sure, flip the script.
I'm guessing they were ahead of their time, because now all the things is, let's do gender flipped reboots. This was doing it 50 years before that. Chico, who do we got in this remake of It's a Wonderful Life?
Playing the role of Mary Bailey Hatch, which is this version of George Bailey, Marlo Thomas, that girl herself.
Oh.
Quick question, if either of you know this. Is Mary Bailey supposed to be a relative of George Bailey?
No, this is the gender flipped reboot.
Now, I understand. I was just wondering if there's some relationship, like she's the daughter or sister. I understand what you mean by the gender flipped thing.
Since it's a gender flipped reboot, obviously we wouldn't have Donna Reed. So who's the Donna Reed equivalent of this universe?
George Hatch. Because remember, it was George Bailey and Mary Hatch. Now it's Mary Bailey and George Hatch. But playing...
Oh!
Yeah. We don't have Donna Reed, but we do have Wayne Rogers of MASH. Trapper John, before Pernell Roberts went and swiped the role out from under him.
Well, remember, Chico, the Trapper John MD series is not a spin-off of the series. It's actually a spin-off of the movie. But wait, who's playing Mr. Potter?
Henry F. Potter is played by Orson Welles. Rosebud.
As Peter Griffin famously said, it's a sled. It's a sled from when he was a kid. There, I just saved you 2 long Google words. Okay, but we do have a gender flipped Clarence. And you know how it's a gender flipped Clarence? You know what her name is? Her name is Clara. Get it?
And instead of a shabby man in a nightshirt, we have somebody who looks like A, Mrs. White from Clue, B, Patience from Ghosts, C, a prim and proper French maid. Playing Clara Oddbody, Cloris Leachman. Phyllis herself.
Okay, now I gotta say this. When this movie was discussed on Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal Podcast, it's the time travel mini-sode with Richard Kind. Richard told Gilbert and Frank that Warren Beatty said that Cloris Leachman was the best F in Hollywood.
And what else, Greg? Do you remember the other part?
I forget the other part.
That she had like the tightest buns in Hollywood as well.
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh. But also, to take this even a step further, related to the Gilbert Gottfried podcast, one of our favorites, Fun for All Ages with Frank Santopadre, on their most recent episode, as of the time we're recording, they're talking about Bad Santa. There was a story about Cloris Leachman in Bad Santa. She played the grandma in Bad Santa. She wore a bathrobe in her scenes. I've never seen the movie, so I don't get the whole connection there. Mentioned on the podcast was that Cloris Leachman, when she wore that robe, she didn't wear anything underneath it. She was total into nud. But also, the reason why she did that, she read the script, saw the character, and the personality she got for this character was that this grandma is kind of like a nudist or likes exposing themselves or whatnot. So yeah, she wore this bathrobe and she was totally naked underneath. Not a shred of clothing. Enjoy that the next time you watch Bad Santa.
Okay. But playing in this universe, Uncle Billy. Now, he's not called Uncle Billy in this universe. He's Uncle Willie. Because, yeah, it's the same name. Billy, Willie, who cares? Playing Uncle Willie. Barney Morton. That's right. Jerry's dad on Seinfeld. Now, hold on a second. Didn't Barney Morton come up in the game show episode with Adam on Fun for All Ages?
Yes. What the story was Barney Martin was, I think, a casting coordinator on the original Treasure Hunt. We're talking the Jan Murray version, not either of the Jeff Edwards versions. So this is in the 50s, the time of the scandals. Maybe this isn't a scandal per se, but Barney Martin was a contestant coordinator, and he somehow finagled contestants into giving him a share of the winnings if they went on the show, like a tithe kind of sorta. And he didn't have his job terribly long because somebody got word of this.
That sounds like such a Mort Seinfeld thing to do. Okay, Chica, why don't you go through the rest of the cast? And, we got some good names here.
Playing Mary's best friend, Violet, Karen Carlson. She's been in a whole lot of everything, but she's known primarily for recurring roles in Spencer for Hire, Dallas, Hotel, and on the miniseries On Wings of Eagles.
Now, this isn't about the show Wings, as we found out 301 episodes ago. Like, for the first time ever, I mentioned that I love Wings. But sadly, this is not related to that Wings. I'm very sad, but I have to break it to you. I have to break it to you that it's not Wings. It doesn't have Tony Shalhoub. It doesn't have Tim Daly. It doesn't even have Steven Weber. It doesn't have Crystal Bernard. Doesn't even freaking have
Amy Yazbek.
Amy Yazbek, of course. How
Yeah.
could I forget Amy Yazbek? I love Amy Yazbek.
Hey, Greg,
Yeah,
you do know Santa stole your thunder at the beginning of this episode.
he did.
He gave you that one wish, though. I can't wait to see how and when you play that.
You know, Mike, it's really going to be hard. I could wish for anything. Anything in the world. But you know what? I'm not going to say anything. Because if I say it, I can never take it back. I want to make sure that I really, really want it.
Use those wishes wisely.
Well, it's one wish. It's not like 3 wishes like Aladdin had.
Well, you could use that one wish and say, I want to get 3 wishes. And then there you go. You got 3 wishes.
Mr. Gower, the druggist, is played in this movie by Dick O'Neill, best known for his role as Arnold Moon Willis on 2 seasons of one of my favorite late night crime dramas growing up, Dark Justice.
Ooh. Dark Justice.
Justice may be blind, but it can see in the dark.
It's sure as hell better than Blind Justice. I've never seen one episode, but I bet you $1 million it's better than Blind Justice.
He also played Charlie Cagney in Cagney and Lacey. I'm guessing that's Cagney's father.
That's about the right age to be a father of, Sharon Glass.
Hey, gee, Sharon Glass. Yeah, my dad on that show was in this movie. I'm Sharon Glass. I'm smoking cigars like a real man.
Playing Mary's parents, Ma and Peter Bailey. Ma Bailey's played by Doris Roberts. Everybody loves Doris Roberts on Everybody Loves Raymond.
But this wouldn't be the last time she'd be in a Christmas movie. She'd be in Christmas Vacation. But hold on. Playing Mary's father. I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
Leland Mackenzie himself, Richard Dysart.
From LA Law. Okay, I guess we gotta do it.
I really don't want to talk about it.
Frickin' Diana Mulder goes to that shed. It never gets old, guys. It never gets old. I could watch Pulaski go down the elevator shed all the time. It's hilarious. It never gets old.
Now we go into some of the accessory characters here. Martini, I believe he was the barkeep or the proprietor of the restaurant in Bedford Falls, played by Cliff Norton, star of radio, movies, and television. He was a regular on Your Show of Shows, Garraway at Large, and the Ed Sullivan Show.
Have we totally forgotten that we just talked about him earlier this month in the Little Rascals Christmas special? And also, as we mentioned, at that time, he voiced Ed Huddles on the classic cartoon Where's Huddles? Every midnight on Sundays on MeTV Tunes.
Right.
I still record it and watch it every week. Can't be half bad if I'm watching it. Well, actually, given my taste, it probably is half bad.
Playing Ernie Baker, Archie Hahn, best known for roles in Brewster's Millions, This Is Spinal Tap, and Police Academy 5, Assignment, Miami Beach.
Now, hold on a second. Do you know who he was the henchman for in Police Academy 5, Assignment Miami Beach? You know who was the heel in that movie? Rene Auberjonois. He was the heavy in Police Academy 5.
We know that George had a brother in the original It's a Wonderful Life, Harry. He is, again, in this version, the brother of Mary Bailey. So Harry and Mary. Harry Bailey, the brother of Mary Bailey, is played by Christopher Guest. Mighty Wind, Best in Show, This Is Spinal Tap, The Princess Bride.
There is one more name worth mentioning in the cast, because this person's one of our favorites. He plays just a toll keeper. He goes by the name Dan Barrows, but you'd know him better by his stage name, somebody we've talked about in the past, because we just love this stage name, Beans Morocco. The Bean Man is in this. And unfortunately, we just lost Beans Morocco earlier this year, May 29th. Where we've talked about Beans Morocco in the past, he was on an episode of Dr. Doctor. He was also on an episode of E/R, and he was on an episode of The Powers of Matthew Starr. So somebody we've talked about extensively. And he was also on an episode of Flying High. So that's 4, plus this is 5. I'm not saying the Hall of Fame, but, you know, there might be a spot in the Hall of Fame for the Bean Man. One more person of note in the cast who provided just a voice. The voice of Joseph was provided by Charles Grodin. How about that for a name? When we talk about Charles Grodin, first thing that comes to my mind is Beethoven. Your mileage may vary on that.
Well, guys, this is basically a shot-for-shot remake of It's a Wonderful Life. Let's go through all the beats, shall we?
We begin with the whole town of Bedford Falls praying for Mary Hatch. The people in the great hereafter, they want to do a deep dive into all of this. So they call for the only angel available to handle such things, Angel Second Class Clara Oddbody. She is informed that Mary Bailey Hatch is about to give back the greatest gift she has ever been given. But before she can go down and guide Mary back on the path, we have to talk about her life a bit. That includes playing with the neighborhood kids, saving her brother Harry from an icy death, saving one of Mr. Gower's patients from ingesting poison, and maybe getting the attention of one George Hatch. Mary, she's not meant for Bedford Falls. She wants to go out and see the world. And she's about ready to go out and see the world when she gets an invite to a party, which turns into a wet t-shirt contest because apparently the school has one of those things that converts the dance floor into a pool, and somebody hits the button. Mary and George both fall in, and yeah. So we go to this nice little Spanish ambassador house, throw rocks at it, make a wish. Nobody's wishes are matching up just yet, but just as they're about to give it a second try, in comes Harry saying, "Mary, you gotta come quick, it's Dad!" He had a stroke and died.
Oh no! Now what will Diana Mulder do? The timeline's gotten all messed up. Now, how's she gonna go down the elevator shaft? Who's gonna be running the law firm? Is it gonna be Harry Hamlin or Corbin Burnson?
With Peter out of the way, the Bailey Brothers Building and Loan, it was left to be run by Willie and a cadre of a board of governors. The board of directors, they're not idiots. They vote to keep the building and loan open, but only if Mary runs it. Mary decides, I'm going to go ahead and keep running it, but only if Willie keeps helping me, selling off her ticket to Paris, because she was supposed to go to Paris, and giving the money to Harry with the understanding that Harry is going to take over the company when he graduates. 4 years later, Harry comes back from college, but he found a lovely lady by the name of Helen. They got married, and her father gives Harry a job in Rochester, which is further upstate, leaving Mary to resign herself to running the building and loan along with Uncle Willie. But now that Mary is still in town, gives her time to rekindle their relationship with George. They decide to get married. They had plans on going to the honeymoon, but they had to use their savings for the honeymoon to keep the building and loan solvent during a run on the bank, because this is, after all, the Great Depression. Despite having no supplies, but a whole lot of gumption and a whole lot of money, they decide to open a new planned neighborhood. George wants to be, I guess, the 1930s version of an urban planner, and he uses those skills to create Bailey Park, which is a housing development surpassing Potter's overpriced slums. This was after the run on the bank, where everybody who is a member of the building and loan, they're about to bail for Potter's, but here's the thing. They use their money to keep the building and loan open as long as they're, passing out loans to all of the members of the establishment. While all of this is going, Harry and family friends Bert and Ernie, they're off to war because this is World War II going on. Harry, a Navy fighter pilot, is awarded the Medal of Honor for preventing a kamikaze attack on a troop ship. While everybody is getting ready for Harry's homecoming, Uncle Willie is going to deposit $8,000.
Now hold on a second. This is Barty Morton here. it's not a good idea to have Barney Morton deposit any money. Because Morty Seinfeld's going to get involved in some whole shit, and it's going to be like the big plot to an episode of Seinfeld. So, hilarity's going to ensue.
Do you know how much $8,000 is in 2025 money?
What is it?
About 160,000.
Oh my. Jeez. Mike, could you imagine being that careless with $160,000?
I couldn't afford to lose $160,000, and I'm sure neither of you could.
Mr. Potter, still in the picture. He's done everything to try and get Mary out of the picture, from offering her a plush job, $12,000 a year, which is $220 in 2025, to trying to buy out all of the Bailey Hatch's customers. But he may have just found his in when Uncle Willie grabs the wrong newspaper, while Potter grabs the newspaper that has all of the building and loans' money in it.
Uh-oh.
He notices while he's on the elevator going up to his office, hey, there's money in here. I'm just going to hold on to this for a second. Willie is basically, where's the money? I got to tell Mary that I don't have the money. After Potter decides, you know what, I'm just going to hold on to this money, he sends for a bank examiner to review the records. And the bank examiner heads over to the building and loan, knowing full well that the records are actually on the up and up, but the money, nobody can account for it. This pushes Mary to the absolute brink. All of the things that she's done for everyone she's ever met, and she has absolutely, positively zero to show for it. And now she's about to go to jail. She goes home to her family and basically lashes out to her husband George and her 3 kids. This is after she goes to Potter and asks for help. She'll offer her life insurance as collateral. Her life insurance is what? A $10,000 policy? And Potter just looks at Mary and says, you're worth more dead than alive. Mary heads to a bar, gets plastered, drives into a tree while praying for help, and approaches a bridge. No sooner than she's about to do the unthinkable than somewhere on the shore of the lake or river or whatever or what have you is an oddly dressed lady about to fall in. Mary runs over to save the lady. They head back into the bar, get some more drinks. Mary wants an eggnog and Clara wants a mulled wine. Clara introduces herself as her guardian angel. And Mary basically makes mention of the fact that she's beginning to believe that she wishes she was never born. Clara grants her wish. It's no longer snowing. Mary's a lot warmer, and that cut that she was on her forehead is gone. While all of this is happening, Clara decides to take her on a tour that she'll never forget. That is an alternate reality where Mary Bailey never existed. Bedford Falls is now Potterville. All of the wholesome buildings, the movie house, the building and loan, the schoolhouse, the building establishment, now is basically sleazy, unsavory, slummish sort of inner city venues, and everybody is not as warm as they used to be. And because Mary was never around to save Harry from drowning in the ice, he's dead. He never saved his troop ship from a kamikaze attack. All of those soldiers are dead. Mr. Gower, who almost poisoned a patient, does indeed poison a patient, goes to jail for manslaughter, and upon his release, gets drunk and makes a complete ass of himself in life. Her parents don't know who she is, and after the building and loan failed, Uncle Willie was sent to a home.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like something that would happen to Morty Seinfeld.
Bailey Park is a cemetery. Mary discovers Harry's grave. Mary finds that George is now a mechanic, and it all goes back to that bridge where Mary says that age-old line, "I want to live again." All of a sudden, in comes Bert in his cab, wondering what Mary is doing on that bridge. Mary all of a sudden is like, "You can see me, and I'm bleeding. I'm still here." So you know the drill. She runs through the town saying Merry Christmas to the movie house, to the drugstore, to the crappy old buildings alone, even to Potter's Bank. And she rejoins her family, preparing to get arrested. And all of a sudden, the townspeople, they've come together to give Mary all of the money she needs to keep the building and loan open. And you know what they say, to Mary Bailey Hatch, as a little ring from a bell on a tree suggests that Clara Oddbody has finally gotten her wings.
Oh, she's finally gotten her wings? Oh, that's great. So she finally has her DVDs of the show Wings, the complete series? Now, of course, at least we can enjoy all the oddball shenanigans of Antonio. Because as we all know, it made Tony Shalhoub's career. You know what? I bet that movie house would be playing like 60 years in the future. Rent.
I want to see Rent.
That's the 1977 reboot. I have the ratings on Truth by Consensus Wikipedia. It was the fourth most watched primetime television program for that week, and it drew a 27.5 Nielsen rating, which translated to 20 million homes watching it. After its initial airing in 1977, a follow-up in the New York Times revealed that Frank Capra denounced the remake as plagiaristic. Now, it was rebroadcast again by ABC in 1978 and 1979. But, like I said earlier, It's a Wonderful Life's popularity in syndication, because this was at the start of It's a Wonderful Life being rerun over and over again. After 1979, the popularity of the original surpassed this reboot, and it got like set into obscurity. Like, there's no sense in replaying this because, yeah, everyone's now familiar with the story. So there it went. Now, in that episode I mentioned from Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal Podcast, I think Gilbert told this story that Marlo Thomas asked Frank Capra for advice before making the movie. And do you know what his response was back to Marlo Thomas? His response was simply one word. Don't.
I do have the schedule for that night if you want to know the competition, because really the competition on that night, I don't know how it ended up with such high ratings, because both NBC and CBS, they were showing pretty good things at that time. This movie aired, as we mentioned, December 11th of 1977, a Sunday night, from 9 until 11:30 p.m. So it pushed the news back half an hour. It was a 2.5-hour movie. On NBC, you actually had the Billboard Music Awards that night from 9 to 11. On CBS, and we've talked about this in the past, Sunday nights at this point was their big comedy lineup night. From 9 to 11, you had All in the Family, Alice, and an hour of Carol Burnett. And this would have been last season of Carol Burnett, 77-78. So 2 very tough alternate programming options on the other networks.
You really can't fault 2 of the leads. Marlo Thomas, as upbeat and as chipper as she is, she's basically playing that girl playing the Jimmy Stewart role, but she's no Jimmy Stewart. And then you have Orson Welles playing the Lionel Barrymore role, and Lionel Barrymore is basically, imagine Mr. Krabs in a wheelchair. Not so much evil, so much as he is greedy. Orson Welles just comes off as very evil. We don't get to see much in the way of any of the other characters. So it kind of comes off as, okay, we see the journey that Mary and George go on. We also see Potter involving himself in every turn he can possibly get. But aside from that, it's basically It's a Wonderful Life, but written to the sentimentality of the 1970s rather than the idealistic 1940s. Give them credit for trying to give some of the side characters a little more depth. We see letters from Bert, Ernie, Harry, and George, and we see footage from the front line, and we see sort of backstories for the 3 kids. But at the end of the day, it's like, what is this all for? This movie has not rerun that much, and if it has reruns were few and far between. It has not appeared officially on DVD release or any other home release. There is a copy to view at the Paley Center, and also several YouTubers have uploaded their own off-broadcast copies to the internet, none of which have gotten takedown requests. So if you want to watch it, they're all there. Binge to your heart's content. So what can we say about It Happened One Christmas? It started out as a tribute, if not a complete rip on Frank Capra, but then Frank Capra entered the chat and decided to show the world why the original is often the best. And while the original, It's a Wonderful Life, became a holiday classic, It Happened One Christmas from 1977 became a thing on TV.
You can find us at our website, itwasathingontv.com, on Facebook at It Was a Thing on TV podcast, and elsewhere at It Was a Thing on TV. You can find us on any podcast player, and we're also on YouTube, where you can subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with our releases, including what's coming up next time. In case you guys haven't looked at the calendar, we're nearing the end of 2025. And as always, as we've done for the last, 6-7 years, and I'm not saying it and I'm not doing it because that needs to die a quick death as we enter 2026. But what I'm getting at is we have a whole year to cover on the next episode. We're not going to do 2 parts like we've done in the past. I've streamlined the episode so it should take 90 minutes, hopefully less than 2 hours to do. We're not going to be going through 50 deaths and 20 big shows over the year and other things. It's going to be nice and streamlined because really, yes, we've had a lot of stuff happen this year, but really the big stuff, good heavens, has that taken over what's happened this year. It's been a cray year, guys.
Now, hold on a second. One theme we're going to have next week. Don't give control of your news network to somebody writing a shitty Substack.
I didn't want to spoil it, but Craig's pretty much on the nose about some of our big events from the last year. Good heavens. Well, that's the reason why the only Barry Weiss I trust is the one who's on Storage Wars. But we'll bring out 2025 next week, right here at It Was a Thing on TV. Please, since we're going to have a little holiday coming up tomorrow, please enjoy your holiday. Stay safe, stay warm, travel safely, and we'll catch you right at the end of 2025 with a little wrap-up of 2025.
Wow!
Okay, now I need to go see Bad Santa and really investigate if Cloris Leachman was wearing nothing under that robe.